the distinguished honor and the pleasure to be program director for this evening. When I was asked, angatholanga umenziwa ithuba lokungeza ukuthi ngiyavuma noma ngiyanqaba yini. Ngendlela bengijabule ngayo ngivume ngakaqedi ukuthi ngicela ngenze. We are gathered here, all of us got the invitations, and we're gathered here to do something amazing for the Black Nation. Yes, a bigger one, a bigger one, a bigger one. Oh, what a celebration, what a celebration.
Amen. I'd like to greet everyone in the house, the wonderful name of the Lord Jesus. It's such a pleasure to be a pastor in a house where Biyela is. I never know what to expect next from him. He was manufacturing and I thought that he had settled there and now this. So I'll just free my mind. The next time I listen to the list of astronauts that are going to the moon, I'm going to be expecting you because you seem to be everywhere. And wherever you are, you'll make the best of it. Yeah.
Today is a celebration. It's an awesome day. I'm not sure if you are catching this it's summer. And we're celebrating this in yes, we are celebrating this and the rest of us such a this is important. Can we just celebrate ourselves for our priorities?
Greetings to everybody in the house. We are here because of the author. By default, I am also the author. Yeah. We have Mr. Biyela. Okay. Then it is a constant in front of me. This is Miss Ntokozo Biyela. And then this is Miss Biyela. Okay, lo me lanage. This one here. This is the Biyela family residing in Pinetown. We are subject to umfundisi wekhaya ubaba Biyela Ntokozo. Okay, Baba wethu lona in the household. He is the author. We are here today, and by this old job she is so so it was important to introduce who we are, so that you can understand who he is, and so maybe when you read the book, you'll be able to understand the characters just a little bit more. When I come to the part of talking about the author in the sense of Biyela Ntokozo, he is my husband. And I am his wife, his only wife. So it's the original speaking here. By saying it's the original, it is because I also understand that there is no other person who can speak from the position which I'm speaking from. I quite comfortably expose the fact that I haven't read the book. I have not read the book. I've not read the book. I'm not sure if I'm going to read the book. I'll tell you why. Because our marriage and for example, it's the beneficial part of it.
Amen.
I don't need to read it because I lived it. Okay, but I'm able to say, which has been from what I lived, I know we grew, and I know I'm confident with he's written a story. Me, in Daba Ayiko, and publishing this book. It's about what's beyond this. What's beyond it? Then what? It's talking about mindset shift. Is it going to feed people in a way that affects them in the intended way? My husband he is an entrepreneur. Whoever knows what that is, you know it's if it's Hambanalo. I think no mama, never know mama, abasema business here. You know the sickness when you overload, yeah, my ideas. that are bubbling inside of him. Every day it's something new. But I think for us, what has kept us genuine and sincere and transparent with each other and reliable to each other is what we have been able to allow each other to be what we need to be. My place is to be present and to support him in being what he believes he is. Mina ngiphelele la. It's just what I've been interested in is empowering myself so I can present myself to him as a wife who's able, as a wife who's got an idea, as a wife who's saying, I can offer myself to you, take it or leave it. Yes, go back. They don't take it. They don't take it, but they've taken it. He's been an entrepreneur in many different, there have been many different efforts which have molded him in many different ways, which have brought him to the place where he's supposed to be, and that's to understand what you are not in charge. I need my husband to be able to be 100% himself. If Tiwa, sekuyashintsha sekuthiwa, hayi usongifundisi. Ngiyokhalela eceleni mhlawumbe. But if that's what he needs to be, then he is presenting a celebration of his life. I am now talking about a celebration of life in general for the Biyelas. It's us growing and growing to understand what to the left of our plan. They did not work. Our plans did not work. But it's what we did not plan for that seems to be working. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to comprehend. My husband is my best friend. I don't understand him now, but he's my best friend. He is my best friend. He knows me. He knows when to keep quiet. He knows that my wife is mad. In celebration of this moment, I'd like to just say, Myanmar, I'm very proud of you. Number one, for allowing me to be myself, to be able to stand here. You trust me enough to take up the mic, knowing what I'm so able to express myself. I'm thankful to you for being brave enough to go through this, because this and whatever is in here is not easy to put down. Many of us are trying to ukukhohlisa, especially ukukhohlisa phambi kwabantu. Hamba ncwadi, ukhulume nabo obhalelwe. Okay? And let them get to where abahlelelwe ukufika. Ngiyaqeda ngiyabonga kakhulu, and I thank everybody for being here. Siyandithanda kakhulu. And indeed, okushiwo umphathi wohlelo ukuthi it's a Monday afternoon, siphuma ku weekend. Abaye bahanjelwe amazwi yi-weekend. Okay? But I'm saying your presence is appreciated. Thank you so much.
Siyabonga kakhulu kunama-chapters la kule ncwadi engijabulayo ukuze ukuthi umzawami wa-endosile abedinga ukuthi masiwafunda sonke sazi ukuthi no a-endorse original siyabonga, and that awesome man, to be allowed to be yourself in your own house. Ngise ngithi abantu babengibuza ngise ngimbize ngalo andengikashewa. Ngoba angazi kwenzeka kanjani. Have you noticed how women call everything theirs? Like wena phethe yabo mangifuna yabo mang-example of angasibona ukhe semoto yami yazifuna ukushwika landa ingane esikele fast edladleni ingaze kuyifro. Yabo lo nto simple iyazwakala. Umuntu osifasa wena andikababona ukhiyele emoto yami. Ngifuna ukuya esikoleni sey'ngane zami. Yolanda abantu bami. Ngiphuthule kwami. Ngophekela umyeni kwami. Ngaze ngahlekele umendo kwami. We are privileged, and umuntu osiphele privilege, umuntu who bore the birth pains and the birth pains, so what is similar, and gave us that privilege ngokubekezela. Siyacela ukuzwa ukuthi what it was like raising a shepherd from Mrs. Bridget Biyela. Let's move a very warm round of applause.
Ntokozo ke ungowesithathu emndenini ey'nganeni zami, uzalelwe ungowaseMelmont ngokuzalwa, umndeni nje wakaBiyela kuseMelmont. kodwa ngamthola eLosberg ngabe bayazi abanye eMoja ngisebenza khona ngenza lo msebenzi omubi kakhulu umhlengikazi ngithi mubi ngoba uphatha imphefumulo yabantu akumnandi uphatha imphefumulo womuntu usungaphumeleli umnandi kodwa mangabe uphethe uphumelele uhambe ekhaya ngamthola kuNtokozo kuleyo ndawo yaseLosberg sasesi-relocator saye eNquthuke safike eNquthuke sahlala khona ngoba nami ngase ngithola umsebenzi khona eNquthu bakhula-ke wafunda khona ehlakaniphile ngizokusho impela la ukuthi wayehlakaniphile wayephiwe nje esikoleni ugrade 12 wa-obtaina o-A aba-3 no-B aba-3 Ntokozo since nje akhulu unama-ideas amaningi nje engqondweni yakhe umuzwe sethi hayi ma fanele ngenza ukuthi wahamba kwayosebenza wasebenze endaweni eningi kabi wahamba waye-Natal Tech wadlula lapho ijunior lecturer yakhona waphuma lapho wayongena ey'nkweni wabhala izikwa asuka lapho waya ka-Unilever awasebenza kahle impela ngiyajabula kakhulu ukubona bonke nje nikhona la engibaziyo nengabazi abangaziyo nabangangazi ngiyajabula ukubabona uzoxhasa uNtokozo engathemba ukuthi uNtokozo naye appreciate lokho.
The lady who made the enormous sacrifice to bring the author into this world.
We were saying with Unachi, the only thing that can beat Ntokozo to what he's done today is for us to put out a movie, a South African version of The Hangover. That best describes how hard we partied and how good life was. But I must say, today we're celebrating the journey that Ntokozo has traveled. And for me personally, it's been an interesting revelation seeing Ntokozo growing up, and most importantly, seeing him every day. You know, I must say this to Uncence. We would sit with Ntokozo and spend a good 2 hours talking about God before we start working. Most importantly, what we speak about is how we've seen him doing the great work, not only in us, but in people who are close to us. Where we are today, it has got little or nothing to do with how great we are, but it has a lot to do with what God wants us and where He wants us to be. And I think part of this, Ntokozo, he's been able to pen or put down and get us to change our thinking, to change our mindset, to change, and importantly, pressing the reset button to say, press it, let me start all over again. The most important part is that for everything that we do, Umama alluded to it, we've tried a lot of other things in life, but God has set a journey for Ntokozo. And for us, I think this is the beginning, and I hope I'll be able to tell Idwana at home, Uguti, they can rest this week until Ntokozo is not coming through.
Ntokozo ngangimazi asifunda ndawonye angibuka out actually faka amatekani zobile WhatsApp naye bana washa amatekani emakhulu ihamba kanje ngithi hey what's up with this guy kanti kuzokwenzeka end up ehlala ndawonye. We stayed in Ntokozo for almost 3.5 years, started FLT, and I'm blessed to have a friend like Ntokozo. I'm sure a lot of us here would agree with me. Ntokozo is one of the kind. And when Ntokozo and met, I was there. And hey, there no chaos. Then you know, super. I mean, I was telling him to now, which I suppose it's been 3 years, and Ntokozo about kind of pose. If he can do it, maybe I can do it as well. It's been more than 3 years. That's how Ntokozo managed to influence some of us. You know, he stopped drinking like nobody's business. Those who knows us, we used to party hard. And if I have 12, I get jail. You know, at one stage when Pitizela, kubuza sabhuda sigqokile. Bese ngiyayibuza ukuthi basenzani Ntokozo kanti indoda isemathandweni. Ntokozo is one of my best friends today, and I've known him more than 20 years. He has influenced our lives, most of us, in different ways. I mean, I can tell you, Ntokozo, Imperiami, Wishinchiki, some colleagues. And there's one thing when I see as a Pilgrim, you make those mistakes, but you must learn from those mistakes.
At the end of the day, the most valuable thing that we are about here is the message. But to understand the message and capture the message, we need to understand the messenger. And the people that we are calling here are giving us the context of the vessel that is carrying the message. You know, God is such a lovely person. He's such a lovely person. He has a tendency of using imperfect vessels to transport an imperfect message.
I'm here as a brother, on a very serious note. Even though I'm inspired by what is here, but I'm here as a brother. This is about unpacking the man behind the book. No man ever reigned in our family. This is a lovely woman you saw in front of you. This is what we are made of. We were born and raised as Hlophe, and Busi still keeps that surname Hlophe. 10.5 years ago, when I married Nonhlanhla Mdluli, I assumed my biological surname Tombe, because my grandmother and my aunts, no Baba Abamnane, they loved my mother, they loved myself, they loved Busi so much. Mom got married to a very humble gentleman later, yes. The man that I love so much, Mr. Biyela. Hence Ntokozo and Pamandla are Biyela. Umama wasifundela yedwa inxiwe enquthu, wawakha yedwa umuzi, and she took a decision. No man will come between her and her children. We are proud to be the siblings and be the people that we are right now, but raised by a woman. Here today, we are witnessing what is the product of this family. I love this family, and I encourage you to read this book and be introduced to us. If you read this book, you will be introduced to us. What he put together here represents us as Mom Biyela's family. I thank you.
Thank you so much.
Biyela, thanks for inviting me to your book. You look like a book. Ntokozo is a good friend. I've known him since 1989. Senkamana sonke, and and then he's become a spiritual brother. Somebody in his text, oh, see a phone. I've known his troubles. He can write another book about launching his book. what he had to go through, while trying to launch his book, the hurdles he had to go through, the music he had to face, the dance he had to do to get things done. But in the end, he gets things done because he's a man of faith. Also, there's a song by, of course, by Ken. It's called the Blessedness of an Answered Prayer. Today, your prayer has been answered and it's been blessed. It goes, I will extol you, O Lord, for you lifted me up and have not let my foes rejoice over me. O Lord, I cried out to you and you heard me. O Lord, you brought my soul up from the grave. You have kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing praise to the Lord, the Savior of his. Give thanks at the realms of his holy name, for his anger is past for a moment. His favor is for life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. In morning glory, I'm standing over. So it's another song that you should read because I think it's basically and you know how much you've tried and how much it's been hard. And you're almost in tears sometimes and I go take your current or doesn't see can't even hang crying even let alone the big man like you. But it's okay. Mama Ntokozo, it's this day. Bazalwane Ntokozo, it's this day. But again, that's so frustrating.
I think we've made our evening very entertaining. You've given us you've kept us alive, you've kept us up to this point. When we gather here, it is not necessarily about putting women on a pedestal, but it is more about appreciating the journey that he has traveled and appreciating him for sharing the gift with us. Mhlawumbe phakathi kwethu khona abanye abahleli nama-messages who are going to be inspired mabelalela i-journey of this particular messenger, of this particular person. Mhlawumbe it's going to spark something in you, mhlawumbe something in me. So I'm asking us then to listen solely and listen attentively to this part. Silalele ngento ethi kule nto azoyisho, you and I are trying to find what's in it for each of us. So this is as much about Ntokozo, it's as much about this book as it is about what is in the book for me. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce the man of the moment, our host, the gentleman who's invited us here, the author, the serial entrepreneur, our very own Ntokozo Modli Dominic Biyela.
Sanbonani Nazenaba. Thanks for honoring the invite to this function. Lengwadi was not supposed to be written, but ngomusa wakhe it has happened. I can write another book about writing this book. I really had to fight. I'm not even talking about every day. I'm talking a second, up to the last second so that this event happened. All right. Ngifuna nje stand sami ukubonga in public. I always do. And you basically the book I've dedicated it to you. Even if uNkulunkulu ngawugoqa lo mhlaba aphinda abuye futhi angibuza ukuthi would you still want to get married to this woman, I would say that 1,000 times again. You have been not only the pillar in my life, but you have been the wind that is beneath my wings. I'm thankful that you allowed me to be who I am. I've made so many faults and but because I knew that in a safety net, it kept me going. The strength that the people see around anywhere in the country, in the world, wherever I go, is purely because you are the wind that is always keeping me lapha phezulu. So ngicela nje ukubonga in public ngikwazise ukuthi cha ngikuthanda kakhulu, ngikuthanda kakhulu, ngikuthanda kakhulu. To me, it's more when I look at things as projects. I don't look at them as no umshado lo business. I put them as projects. Everything that I do, ngibeka njengama project. So if I start a project, then fanele ukuthi ngiyiqede. If I fail, it's okay. I take a lesson. Abantu abaningi bayasaba ukufeyila. Mina angathi I enjoy ukufeyila. I think I've failed so much in my life to an extent ukuthi I don't worry when I fail because I know that it's a stepping stone to my success. So, ukufeyila uyakudinga empilweni. This basically talks to one, the self-control that I've had to teach myself along the way, the discipline that I've had to teach myself along the way, the obedience that I've had to painfully be taught. And then message by faith. The book says God has an assignment for all of us, but He has a special assignment for some of us. I've gone through a journey that has broken me down personally as a man, where I've come to a point where I had to leave eceleni and accept ukuthi Nkosi wena ophethe impilo yami. I had to let go and allow myself to be vulnerable. And at that point in time, that is when my wife had to man up. She had to man up for me and become the man of the house purely because I was at my lowest point. My mindset shift. This book doesn't seek to tell you, as I say, what to do, but I want you to read through it and then ubuke your situation and then you make your own decision. My mindset shift was ekuthenini, there was a time where I felt ukuthi yazi ukuthi I am confined kule system yokuba kamlungu. Ukuvuka ekseni ngiyosebenza, ngiyaperforma but anginyuswa kunento eziningi nje. But this is what frustrates abantu mhlambe nabanye benabahleli la ukuthi when you know ukuthi ukuthi kangakanani into enoyenzayo but other people are telling you ukuthi no you akakafiki isikhathi sokuthi sikise lapha and you're looking at how ngoba manje khona le nyoni ehleli lapha phezulu yona I mean I can easily take his position yabo. So there are a lot of flaws within the corporate system. Between my wife and myself, we've made very difficult decisions at Biyela where, you know, I took the jump and at some point in time she woke up one day and said, no, I'm supposed to say because she had been complaining. Then I was like, okay, I'm resign. I just said it, I didn't know, I didn't have a plan, but she did it anyway and life went on. Why did I decide to write the book? I felt Unkulunkulu has given me so much that it would be an injustice if I left this world with people. I share it in drifts and drafts with the people that are close to me, but I want to leave something not just for my kids, but to leave something for the nation, where people will look or read this book and I know my position in my family, I know my position in Christ, I know my position anywhere that I go. So nothing intimidates me easily. I fear no man but God. With that, I go around the world, wherever I step, I've got backing Yesu wherever I step because I'm the son of God. Many abantu who are rich, but you need to look beyond the richness or the wealth. Anybody can give you riches. It just depends which source you use and which spirit you call.
Thank you. Mhlambe nje ngiyacabanga ukhona omunye ondeni wakho sekuqalela ukubuza ukuthi makuthiwa anyone can give you riches ukuthi mhlambe ilist ka anyone angayithola kuphi. Nami nginga curious nami ukuthola ukuthi ka anyone makuthiwa anyone can give you riches. Akekho futhi ukwazi anyone.
I always say to people, I don't want people to view me as an author of a book. I want you to view me as an entrepreneur first, then an author. Ingobani, I'm trying to break down this barrier that has been created. If you are an entrepreneur, you need to be a specialist in a certain field. If you fail in that certain field, then that's it with you in entrepreneurship. Now, there's this other thing I understand. There's a difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman. A business person can be taught to run a business, or either schooling or by observing. An entrepreneur is, it's just my take, it was never my intention to get business in. It was never my intention to bala inwadi. But I think God deposited a gene in me ukuthi ngikwazi ukufita kule space sokuba an entrepreneur.
So I was invited by a friend, and from an invite I was very interested because I'm not a but then I love to read. And I'm not sure, I don't think I'm putting you on the spot or anything. And yes, the production that goes behind when or anything. But from what I've heard and from your journey with Sugemotu, I'm thinking your target market is from everyone from all walks of life. But I see that a copy is 290 rands a book. Can a child, as a high school, afford to buy the book? Because not everyone has an allowance. As Ubega for Ingan, that is also a target market as well. But can a child who doesn't have an allowance afford to pay 290 rand a copy? Because I know sometimes the person struggles to buy a book that is 125 rand, which is really a book, which is really good. Thank you.
You have a copy courtesy of me, I'll buy for you. And so that's how the rest of the book is going to spread. Yeah. People are going to buy for people. Is that a satisfactory answer? Right, so you've got it. I know you were not asking for yourself, I'm simply demonstrating the answer. This is not a complimentary copy, it's a sponsored copy. Big difference. Big difference. Ngani kusho ukuthi ke profile kube ngizwe ukuthi incwadi uyifunde kanjani bathola le telephone.
There's a lady esontweni othungela uMambiyela. Abantu they always marvel uMambiyela ingoba ayigqokayo. She's also a creative on her own, buys material, athola ama-pattern nani ahamba yothungisa. That particular lady uthungela not just uMambiyela but quite a lot of abantu esontweni nabanye esingabazi. Angeke ngize ngisho ukuthi uba-charge malini. But that alone gives her enough money to sustain her life. Now, a lot of you here, I'm not judging or anything, but a lot of you here probably, earn below or around 50,000 per month, if ever you reach that. But look at the effort that you put and the stress that you go through to earn low 50,000 or low 25,000. Very few people are in the 100 bracket, 150, 200,000 bracket. But those abantu abezijani, those are the people who use their intellect more than ukuba grinding. They are not hands-on, they are strategic. So that's where the money goes. So if you shift your thinking from being hands-on, grinding and ukjaha izinto, be strategic, then money will chase you.
Lega money will chase me. I can't wait for that one. It's a game show. You think so? Marisi chaka jesu bekubalekele ukuthi angiyena nje umuntu ozobekhutha nekubandla Let us be a society that changes itself by spreading good news from within. Can we do that? Yes, September. Right, so we take, and then our hashtag is hashtag mindset shift 24/7. Ngokukhulu ukuhlonipha, ngenkulu inhlonipho for words of wisdom, uPastor Gwamanda ukuthi eze kithi azosipha abefundisi yenkosi yababakale kwesikhathi. Ngisho ukuthi ngiyithola nginenkinga ukuthi iprogram ithi angithi for 5 minutes. Angazi ngizokusho kanjani lokho, akwenziwa leyo nto kumfundisi. Kodwa ke hayi ncebo. Amen.
Ngokhulu thoba ngiyabingelela lonke into. Egameni lika Jesu Kristu waseNazaretha. Amen. Ngithi swele ligama ke libhalwe la words of wisdom. Because wisdom esiwe la endlini isiningi kakhulu.
Uzongipha uMatthew chapter 16 uverse 17. So futhi verse elilodwa bese ngiyachaza kancane bese ngihlala phansi.
It is as such. Matthew 16 verse 17. Jesus replied, "Blessed are you, Simon, son of Jonah, for this was not revealed to you by flesh and blood, but by my Father in heaven."
Okay, ngifundela uJeremiah chapter 9, 23 and 24.
It reads as such. This is what the Lord says. Let not the wise boast of their wisdom, or the strong boast of their strength, or the rich boast of their riches. 24. But let the one who boast about this, that they have the understanding to know me, that I am the Lord, who exercises kindness, justice, and righteousness on earth. For in these I delight, declares the Lord.
Uthi into yodwa umuntu mengathunika isithola ukubhosta angabhosta ngayo ukuthi wazana noNkulunkulu. Okay, so ukwazana noNkulunkulu kubiza ukuthi uthole isambulo sikaNkulunkulu ngomuntu uKristu Jesu. Kodwa uNkulunkulu waziwa ngokuthi wamukela isambulo esinguKristu Jesu, ngoba uNkulunkulu akazumbulwa ngezinto nazo, kodwa uNkulunkulu uzombulwa ngokwamukela uJesu. Ngiyabonga.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfundisi. Noma ke ngithanda ukudumala kancane bese ngikhiphe nekhadi. Mangizinceka iqala nje indlela bengizokhuphuka ngayo bengithi sekuzothiwa sinikele. Kodwa sekwaba ukujwayela nje kusiyapha sana sasondela ngasekhadini. Kodwa sisawakhiphe kanjalo amakhadi egameni lenkosi yethu Jesu Kristu. Incwadi uthole the genuine wisdom. Ngoba ikhona wisdom fake bese bakhona wisdom genuine le evela kuNkulunkulu. Friends, you have been an awesome audience. You have been a wonderful audience. You took time off your busy schedules during a busy season. Nazo ulalela ukuhlakani kaNkulunkulu. Ngiyabongela. Ngicela siyishayele ihlombe as we come to the end of the
I hope and pray that when you read through the pages of this book, you do not confine your mind to my life story, but open it up to God, Holy Spirit, to talk to your spirit man, the real you.